Welcome to part 6 of my polio series. I want to bring together all that I talked about in the last 5 videos so you understand the connection of the toxins that were in the environment, the polio virus itself, the unclean water we had, and why it affected mainly infants and very young children. Most of the polio outbreaks occurred during times of change with pesticides like lead arsenate, DDT, mercury teething tablets. What does that have to do with polio? Because polio is an actual virus that we can isolate in the lab. So what changed that made us more susceptible to polio in the 19th and 20th centuries? Pesticides can cause what's called a leaky gut, meaning you have a gut barrier. Your gut is meant to take in all sorts of things every single day, and it's meant to take in or absorb the good things and excrete all of the bad things. Pesticides can cause a leaky gut, which just means inflammation. When you ingest or breathe in or are exposed to pesticides, it can cause inflammation of your gut. And when that happens, it opens up that barrier and allows things into the rest of your body that shouldn't normally be there. And then you're exposed to a specific problem, like the polio virus. That polio virus can then leak through your gut into other areas of your body. But why in infants? So polio causes that paralysis because it is an inflammation of the gray matter of your spinal cord. And in children under 5, especially very young infants, their spinal cords are very different than an adult. In a young infant, the spinal cord goes lower down the tailbone. And if polio is coming from the gut, it is closer in proximity to the tailbone and the actual spinal column, the spinal cord that has all of your nerves and myelin sheath on it. So the polio has direct access in infants and young children. As we get older, our spinal column stays the same. The actual vertebrae stay the same, but the spinal cord moves up a little bit. The reason children are more susceptible to polio is because if they're exposed to something that makes them more susceptible to an actual virus like polio, that polio can leak into the spinal cord, cause inflammation, and cause paralysis. That's the connection. In comes the vaccine that reduces the polio virus. If an infant was exposed to polio and was susceptible to polio, maybe the vaccine reduced the risk of contracting polio.